It's an hour before dawn. I don't even know why I'm up. I'm supposed to be on vacation, supposed to be resting, but just can't sleep. Just had one of the worst weeks of my life. You see, my job is to save kids, and when I can't save them, it's to make them okay with it anyway. Wasn't a good week for that. I did my best. I did more than my best. I stepped up there and I did a job I didn't even think I could do, but it was not enough. And that really sucks. But I'm going to dust myself off and go back in there and do it again next week. Why? Why when it feels pointless? Why when you feel like you're not good enough would you get up? I could talk psych today, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, it's my job. I'm not feeling like I'm really good at my job today. No, not. But before I became a shrink, before I became a doctor working in a children's ICU watching dying kids and hoping I could save some, well, before that I was just a scientist. Before that I was just a science nerd. I was just a little kid who didn't know how messy this world was, didn't know that you could not always be the hero in your own story. And as a little kid I learned about the Big Bang, an event 15.2 billion years ago that literally created the world. As a slightly older kid, I learned about entropy. I learned about the tendency towards disorder, the slow loss of information and energy in the world, what we call the heat death of the universe. Entropy is the tendency towards disorder. It is the reason that the stars fade. It is the reason that we get cancer and that our breath eventually stops. Entropy is the reason that my beautiful car over there, yep, my little man-child toy there, yep, it's the reason that, no matter how hard I work to keep it in good shape, will eventually die. Entropy is the enemy, my friends. But entropy is also a part of life. Entropy is a part of the world. It is beyond life. It's kind of weird that in a world that 15 billion years ago was going to head towards disorder, we ended up with life 4 billion years ago. Life is order. Self-ordering molecules in alkaline clay being baked and catalyzed by strikes of lightning. That's how we started. And we got more and more complex. Until we got humans, until we got the fishes in the sea and the birds in the air. If the universe tends towards disorder, why do we have such amazing things? Well, it's because while everything around us tends to decay, and so do we as individuals, the act of life is to take that disorderly universe and to build order within it anyway. Now, it's not just life that does this, it's stars too, right? They even talk about it. They call it the life cycle of a star, and that is poignant and that is real. And why does that matter and why do they use that language? Because that is what a star is. Local order from the disorder. Fighting to make something beautiful and real and alive when you didn't think you could. Life. It's pretty cool, huh? And here's the thing, life always loses. Entropy always wins. But that very first cell 3.8 billion years ago, its DNA is within you, it's within me, it's within all of us. I'll die, you'll die, I'll fail, we'll all fail. And 1,000 years ago, will they even know that a guy like me existed? They may not. But, you know what? Those kids, maybe enough of them will go on to have lives they wouldn't have had. And maybe 1,000 years from now, something I did will lead to something one of them did that mattered. And that's okay. And maybe it won't, and that's okay too, because that is not what life is about. Life is about the striving, life is about the burn, life is about fighting against disorder. And as long as I fight, that's okay. I'm wearing my Batman t-shirt right now. That was a mistake. I'm supposed to be wearing my Captain America t-shirt, because here's the thing. Batman fights out of darkness. Batman fights out of self-hatred. Batman fights because when he fights, everything goes quiet. Nope, I'm supposed to be Captain America today. Because here's the thing, Captain America will tell you that good will always win and evil will never triumph. Batman will tell you the opposite. But they both have their place, and there's both a time to wear one persona and a time to wear another. The fighting entropy is about being cat, because it is about believing in the possibility of the impossible. It is about never giving up. It is about realizing that to live is to strive, and to live is to deny the reality of evil over good.